Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're finally talking about Thor, Love and Thunder. I am late to this because I've been very busy recently, so I have not been able to make this review when I wanted to, but I'm finally getting around to it because I wanted to talk about some love and some thunder. So yeah, we're going to start talking about that, but this will be a spoiler review, so if you have not seen the movie yet, if you're late to the party as well, go watch it and then come back to see it. Like, just go watch it. It was fun. Or at least go see my spoiler-free review. You could do that too. I would recommend seeing both. But yeah, click away. Come back after you see the movie. I'll give you a few more seconds to click away. Now let's dive into some spoilers. So I guess we can start with the beginning, because in the beginning, they show us a very rushed version of Gore's story. So, in the comic books, Gorr has this amazing, incredible story where his wife is killed, his children is killed, pretty much everyone he's ever known and loved die. Even though he's praying to the gods, that they don't help him, and he finds out that they don't really care about him, and they do a very rushed version of that at the beginning of this movie, which, I mean, isn't necessarily terrible, but it could have been better as well. But it just felt like extremely rushed to me. Like, I don't know. We didn't even get to see his wife die. So, yeah, I thought that was... It was okay, I guess. But I feel like after that, the movie was pretty good and decently paced as well, even though I feel like we could have had more time to breathe with Jane and Gorr's story. But it's still not too bad, in my personal opinion. And then they also have Korg do a recap of Thor's life from the Thor films, from Thor 1 all the way to Love and Thunder, and I just thought it was hilarious. Like, now we have two storytellers in the MCU. We got Luis and we got Korg, and they're awesome. I love their storytelling. And yeah, so later on, it takes us to Jane in the hospital where we find out she has stage 4 cancer, and a nice surprise who I didn't think was going to be in the film because she wasn't in any of the trailers was Darcy Lewis. So it was really cool to see her in the film. I was definitely not expecting that, so that was really cool. And I was kind of hoping she'd mention something about Westview, but she didn't, which is okay. And yeah, there are, for some reason, a lot of flashbacks of this film, even to flashes we have of things we haven't seen. And something they do to explain why Jane is able to get Thor's hammer is both lazy, but also kind of sweet. Because pretty much how they explain it is that Thor tells Mjolnir to protect Jane, to always protect Jane. And it listens to him, and that's why it goes to her. Which is both kind of lazy, because it's like, really? Is that the only way? But it's also kind of like really sweet. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say aw in the theater when I heard that. Not that I would do such things, but you know. But yeah, but because of this, because of Mjolnir returning, and also having some awesome action themes with it being able to break apart and stuff like that, but also with Mjolnir coming back, there was some jealousy with Stormbreaker, and I thought that was hilarious. There was this running gag in the film where Stormbreaker was jealous of Mjolnir, and Stormbreaker even gets jealous of Zeus's lightning bolt, which I thought was hilarious. But going back to Gorr was awesome. Like, he was pretty terrifying. Even when he made jokes, his jokes were terrifying, which kind of reminded me of Joker in the Arkham games, because Joker in the Arkham games was like kind of scary, and even though he'd make jokes that would make you laugh, they were also like scary. Like, they were like pretty dark jokes too. But I thought that was awesome. And I'm pretty sure I've said this in my spoiler-free review, but Thor 4 gave us more Thor, but I needed more Gorr in Thor 4. I know it's Thor 4, not Gorr 4, but still, I would have liked more Gorr in Thor 4. Because I needed more Gorr. I mean, we got a decent amount of Gorr, as in the character, not as in blood and guts. Should probably make that clear. But I needed way more of it. I mean, technically, they probably could have gave us more Gorr, like actual Gorr, than they did, because we didn't really get to see him butcher any gods, which is kind of disappointing. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, when they went to the oh, I forget where that place was, where Zeus and all them were. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many gods here. Please tell me Gore's gonna show up and just butcher every last one of them. Like, going into the theater, I was like, Zeus is gonna die. Gore's gonna outright murder Zeus. That didn't happen, which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of disappointed me. Instead, what happened I felt was kind of weird. Turns out Zeus is a jerk. Okay. Even though Russell Crowe did a pretty good job, Zeus is a jerk. He kills Korg, except he doesn't kill Korg. It turns out Korg's alive, but before Thor finds out that Korg is alive, he kills Zeus. Except not really, but we'll get to that card, see when we get there. But, so I thought that was kind of okay, which,
But nobody seems to know what they
I'm not sure how I felt about that. They should just have Gorr show up and butcher all of them. That would have been the best. But no, instead he decides to kidnap some children and scare the crap out of them. And even though it was kind of weird, it was like really good the way they shot it. Because Gorr was just so terrifying. I loved it. Christian Bale did a great job with his performance. But you know, we're used to that by now. And like I've said before in my spoiler-free review, they didn't do a whole lot with the Guardians. Even though I knew they were only going to be in part of the film. I knew they weren't going to be in the finale or anything like that. But they literally show you every scene in the trailer, it feels like. Because to me, it kind of felt like they only had them in the film because of the fact that Endgame ended with Thor going with the Guardians. But I'm also like 99% sure it's because originally Guardians 3 was supposed to come out before this movie. So a whole lot of, but then because of the fact that they fired James Gunn and the fact that Rona happened, they had to redo like everything. So, you know, I think that's a big part of that. But, you know, still. Shoot, they disappointed me a little bit, though, because I was really expecting there to be a Guardians, end credit scene teasing Guardians 3, but there wasn't, so I was kind of like, okay. And I was also kind of disappointed because Infinity War made me absolutely love Rocket, Groot, and Thor together. Like, I loved those three together in Infinity War. I still do. I was hoping we'd get more of that in this film, and we didn't, but I guess that's okay. But we do get another character returning who I don't think we even saw in Ragnarok, did we? But that is Sif, who they are super mean because they make us think they're going to kill off Sif. Luckily they don't. But still, she was cool to see again though. And I think I may have mentioned this already before. Jane's cancer storyline was pretty good. I feel like they handled it decently. Yes, they probably could have had to be a little bit more emotional, but I didn't think it was terrible either. It could have been done way worse. And Valkyrie, she didn't get to do a whole lot, but she was still pretty awesome. Her and her fight scenes were pretty cool. And I really liked the finale of this film too. Even though it's kind of weird to me how Thor is technically endangering all these children. Because he probably should have been like, alright kids, run and hide. But no, he was like, find weapons, we're gonna fight this terrifying villain named Gorr the God Butcher and his shadow monsters. Not sure that was a great idea on his part, but it was still really cool to see, not gonna lie. And then, we also get this awesome thing where Jane shows up, even though she shouldn't have, because if she used Mjolnir one last time, it would kill her. She shows up. We get an awesome fight scene where I just thought it was really awesome. Where she calls herself the Mighty Thor, or if you can't say the Mighty Thor, it's Dr. Jane Foster. I'm just gonna call her the Mighty Thor. That's way cooler. But Gorr eventually is able to get to Eternity, which to me personally, the whole trying to get to Eternity thing felt really lazy, as well as kind of dumb, because one person can make one wish. To me, that's almost as lazy as the memory lane from Multiverse of Madness, which, I mean, it was okay, I guess, but I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of that. And I didn't even think of this right away. It wasn't until people brought it up to me where this could have solved a whole lot of problems. Thanos could have came to this instead of collecting all the Infinity Stones, or the Avengers could have gone to it instead of doing the whole time travel thing. But yeah, whatever. But in the end, Gorr has a change of heart, and he decides, instead of wishing for all the gods to die, he decides to wish for his daughter back, which, why didn't he just wish for that in the first place? Just saying. But he knows he's dying because the blade he had was also slowly killing him like a cancer. And so Jane sadly dies. Gorr dies. And Thor decides to raise Gore's kid. Wow. Thor raises Gore's kid. Wow, okay. And even though in a way it kind of felt kind of weird, I thought it was actually really cool and sweet to have Thor kind of be like this father, and we got to see a bit of that at the end. I thought it was really sweet.
And what's really cool is that I found out that the actress who plays Gore's daughter is actually Chris Hemsworth's daughter in real life. So I thought that was really cool.
And yeah, I thought that was really cool. And I also thought it was really cool how at the very end of the movie, when Korg's narrating, he says they call Thor and his daughter, who she calls him Uncle Thor, which is kind of cool. But he says how after that, they were known as Love and Thunder. And I thought that was really cool. I like that. And now let's talk about the mid-credit scene. Because in the mid-credit scene, we see that Zeus is actually still alive. And he says he's tired of people preferring superheroes over the gods, and that's time for people to fear them again. And it turns out he's telling this to his son, Hercules, which is kind of cool because in the comic books, Thor and Hercules fight a whole lot. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Thor 5, sounds like it. And then the end credit scene shows Jane is now in Valhalla, and she sees Heimdall, which was kind of cool. And then, now, I wonder if she's permanently dead or she's going to come back. Because in the comic book, she also goes to Valhalla and then comes back. I feel they could go either way. Because on the one hand, I think it'd be cool to see the Mighty Thor again. But on the other hand, I feel like that was a great way to end her story. So I don't know. And it does say Thor will return. So which Thor? I don't know. I feel like they just mean Chris Hemsworth's Thor. Because I feel like if it was Jane, they would have said the Mighty Thor. And if it was both of them, they would have said Thor's or Thor and the Mighty Thor. But... so, I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really funny. Yes, not all the jokes were landed, especially for some people, but I still really enjoyed it, even though the humor could be very hit or miss for some people. I'm still not going to reveal if it's better than Ragnarok or not, because I don't know. I have to give Ragnarok a rewatch first, and then maybe I'll do a ranking. But I really enjoyed the film. Honestly... it was just really cool. Like, I walked out of the theater extremely happy. Like, I walked out of the theater being like, dang, that was fun. That was fun and awesome. So I'm really glad we got this film, and I really liked the film. I thought it was fun. But what did you guys think of this movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Oh, also, the goats are the GOAT. But what did you guys think of this movie? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Are you someone who is like, there was way too much humor in it, or did you like the amount of humor there was? Because I know that's really depends on the person. Is it better than Ragnarok, or not even close? I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when I post and go live. Because I've done a whole bunch of reviews. I did a spoiler-free review, as well as I reviewed Multiverse Madness, No Way Home, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. So please consider hitting the subscribe button if you could. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. And if you like this video, please hit like. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. I think I already said this. Why am I repeating myself? I don't know. But bye.